First thing you have to look at here is this reduced correctly? Okay? How would I reduce this first equation? You would have to factor, so x times x plus 6 over, in the denominator, x plus 6 and x minus 6. So if this reduced away, did I reduce correctly? Is it correctly reduced? Yes, so it's definitely not never true because it is correctly reduced. Okay? Now, since there is x's in the denominator, okay, since there are x's in the denominator, what you have to do is, if it is reduced correctly, and x's are in the denominator, if it's reduced correctly and x's are in the denominator, then find domain to determine exclusions. Okay, so basically I want you to find the domain of this. Okay, find the domain to determine the exclusions. But it's not just find any domain. I want you to find the domain of larger problem. Okay? So don't just find the domain of the little side. I want you to find the domain of the original problem. Okay? The bigger problem. So domain, we said what? The bottom cannot equal what? 0. So all you really have to do is set the denominator equal to 0 to figure out what x cannot equal. Okay? So basically, I don't want x plus 6 or x minus 6 to equal 0. So how do I solve? That would be x cannot equal what two numbers?
6.
Negative 6 or positive 6. So here, the actual answer is, when is this true? This is true for all real numbers except positive 6 and negative 6. Okay, so your actual answer here would be D. So when is this true? Only if it's n. It's always true except when x is 6 or negative 6. Okay, you want to be kind of careful because a lot of people will just find the domain of the reduced part, and you can't do that. You have to find the domain of the big part. Okay, you cannot just find the domain of the reduced part. The reason is, if you plugged this in, you would end up getting undefined in the bottom. Okay? If you plugged in a negative 6 here, you're going to get undefined. If you plugged in a positive 6, you would also get undefined. So it cannot work for either one. Okay, so you're going to see a bunch of multiple choice parts like this. Okay, there's going to be a question just like this on your quiz today. There's also a couple on your homework on the worksheet part. And there are quite a few on your, I believe there's like 4 of them out of about 20 on your test next week. Okay, does anyone have any questions on how we did that? Questions on how we did that?